All right, so now that you've finished writing in your beats on the second line, just the second line, that's all you need, the 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and we're ready to play it. So let's look at the first two measures. First note's a G, the rest of the notes in that measure are D, and then in measure 10, the whole measure is D's, right? So let's finger along and say the note names. Finger along and say the note names. Starting in measure 9. 2, ready, go. G, D, 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 D. There we go, piece of cake, right? Just make sure that since we have a lot of D's repeated, that you're not pressing down for every D. Those, you just leave your fingers down, and then you let your tongue and your air make the separate notes. So this time, why don't you say with me 2 in time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So every note gets tongued. 2, 2, 2. Okay, let's play it. Measure 9 and 10, playing it. 1, 2, ready, breathe. Fantastic. Let's do that again. Do that again. If you mess something up, pause, fix it, get it better this time. 1, 2, ready, breathe. There we go. Now, take your pencil, look at measure 11. Oh, what did I do with my pencil? That's okay, I actually already wrote it in. Look at measure 11, and after the first beat, right, put a little comma up there, right after the first beat. That's a breath mark that we talked about the other day in class, and that is where I want you to breathe. Right here. Right in between the sentences. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Is that better? You see the little apostrophe thing I put right there? Actually, it's more like a comma. That's your breath mark. So, it'll be G, G, D, 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 G, breathe, D, 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 D. So it's just a really, really quick breath so that you can make it the next two measures. All right? Now, looking at measure 11 and 12, you'll notice that's the exact same as measure 9 and 10. G, D, 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 D. So you can already play the whole first line. Let's do that. Let's play the whole first line. And breathe where we marked it. 1, 2, ready, breathe. So did you see what a quick breath we had to take after the first beat, measure 11? Let's try that again. And if you miss a breath, try it this time. 1, 1, 2, ready, breathe. And there we go. If you need to practice that a few times, press pause and then join us again. Right now, we're going to move on to measure 13. So let's look at the rhythm in measure 13. Let's count it. Measure 13 and 14. Let's just count it. 1, 2, ready, count. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and... Hey, that's the same rhythm that was in measure 9 and 10. Exact same rhythm. Now let's look. Are the notes the same? You know what? Every note is the same except for one. The first note. The first note is a D. All the notes are the same. You'll notice in measure 9 we had G, D, 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 D. But in measure 13, it's just a bunch of D's. D, 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 D. And then if you look at the rest of the line, 13, 14, oh, nothing but D's, same rhythms. 15, nothing but D's, same rhythm. 16, nothing but D's, same rhythm. 17, nothing but D's, same rhythm. 18, nothing but D's, same rhythm. 19, nothing but D's, same rhythm. And 20, nothing but D's, same rhythm. Wow. So we already know measures 13 to 20. All right. The only tricky part is going to be breathing and knowing where you are. It's easy to get lost in the notes when you play the same note over and over again, right? So you'll have to follow along very carefully. Follow along the music so you know exactly when 21 comes. All right, take your pencil, and we're going to mark in our breath marks. Now look, measure 15. Measure 15. Yep, you can't see that, can you? Let's see. Here's measure 15. We're going to breathe after the first beat. You'll notice the other breath mark in measure 11. Same place. Just go down, breathe after the first beat. Mark your comma. And then in measure 19, right underneath it, same thing. Breathe after the first beat. And measure 19. Okay. So very, very fast breaths. Let's start in measure 13, and we're going to play all the way from 13 to 20. So finger your D. Make sure you're saying 2 at the beginning of every single note. 1, 2, ready, breathe. And there was 21. There's 21. Miss Wilds left out a breath mark. If you look at measure 17, look at measure 17. It's the first measure of the fourth line. Put a breath mark after that first beat, after the quarter note. You're going to breathe there as well. After the quarter note, the first beat in measure 17. Okay, so let's see if we can play from measure 5 all the way to 21. Measure 5 all the way to 21. Heck, I think we can do from the beginning. Let's count our rests from the very beginning to 21. 1, 2, ready, count your rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, breathe. And there we are, measure 21. All right, so we can now play the first half of O Hanukkah. Looky there. Now, join us in part 3, join me in part 3 to learn the second half of O Hanukkah.